Hey, welcome back to Chaipan City. Thank you for joining me on this escapade into city's skylines. We're doing okay. Ish. No, who am I kidding? We got serious troubles in Chaipan. We've got a low population that seems to be just getting lower. We peaked at 1,500, but it's going down. And you guys at home that are good at the game probably screaming right now at all the mistakes I've made. One thing that I've noticed in between sessions is certain things that I've done wrong, like horribly wrong. Smogtown is a shambles. All the big industry has moved out. Now got places like Klondike's Chromium Holdings. Super low-level businesses that just aren't leveling up because look at these icons. It's not enough workers. Now there are enough people to work in these places, but everybody's way too educated. So what we need to do is we need to get about de-educating. We need to begin the de-education of Chaipan City. Now, it's not really forward-thinking, and if we had offices, it wouldn't be a problem, although I think you still need industry to bring in goods for the commercial district, but I think you can still just get those externally from the city via the motorway and the train tracks. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to look at some of the things we can do to de-educate our citizens. Now, I really should have looked a little bit closer at some of the things that I've done. For one, High Square. Didn't change the name for that, but it's going to be Mahogany Meadows. And this is going to be our farming zone. And I was like wondering, why is there no farming moving in? Now, I'm not going to change this yet because there's no demand for industry, and it feels like any industry that we put down here isn't going to help us. It's just going to make the problem worse, the problem that we don't have enough uneducated workers. Certainly when it comes to the fact that this is going to be all farms. And farms aren't exactly like offices. I mean, yeah, sure, you have some smart farmers out there. But as Officer Bureau would say, paperwork is the academic's choice profession. So what we're going to do is leave it for now. What we will do later on when we get the population to support the farming zone, we're going to see the problem we had here. We wondered why there weren't any farmers moving in. And you guys told me it's because we've got the buildings set to only Japan Suburban, which means only Japan Suburban buildings will build here. This one's a bit better because China, Japan After Dark, and Japan Suburban will build in Smogtown. But there are no Japan Suburban farms. Go figure. So we're going to have to allow buildings that aren't in any theme to get farms to move in. Not going to do it yet, though, because we're going to go back to services and look at some of the things that we can do to de-educate our dudes. Now, one of those things is schools out. Check it out. Citizens will prefer working over education, and only a small portion of the eligible citizens will go to study in the university. Now, I think this should help us out a lot. It means these guys will go over here and work in the box factory instead of bettering themselves and learning greater things. It's a shame, because in a perfect world, it shouldn't matter what you know, and the guy that works in the box factory should be treated just as well as the guy that works at the White House. But we don't live in that world, certainly not anymore. So we'll enable that policy, and let's just see what happens when we get the game back in motion. Now, we've got to be quick, because we're losing cash, and it's only going to get worse. We're apparently losing 14 pop every week. But that's nonsense, because we definitely have a high demand for residential. Now, also, I was chatting to my friend Tom. He gave me some top tips for cities. He's been playing it a lot, and he knows the ropes. One of those things is that we could do with another connection here, because if this guy here wants to go to this shop here, he's going to walk all the way around there, because there's no path for him to get down here. And it's so far that he'll probably take his car instead. So we need to make sure that people have routes through this central area. So what we're going to do to remedy that is, unfortunately for this guy, that's a shame because that's one of the new Japanese houses. We're going to, once we get more residential, trash some houses and build some paths through there so people can get to that commercial district. But we have to protect our population because it's pretty damn low at the moment. So where are we going to put our next residential area? Well, we've got a whole area over here ripe for expansion. And I think it's time that we brought over our freeway to this area of the map. Now, the train track, unfortunately, we can't expand because we haven't unlocked trains yet. I considered cheating and unlocking everything that we could, because once you do get to 5,500, you get the trains. But it's not really fair. I want to keep with the progression that the game lets us do. Let's take a look at these roads, find out what they are. Now that's a 3-lane, one-way. This goes up and this one goes down. Wait. 6-lane, one-way. Oh no, we haven't unlocked 6-lane decorative. What's this down here? 4-lane road. 4-lane road with decorative grass. 4-lane trees. 4-lane bicycle lanes. But where's the 3-lane one-way? 2-lane one-way. 2-lane one-way with grass. Highway. A 3-lane one-way road suitable for connecting public. Yeah, there we go. There it is. Frickin' finally. Oh my god, I was scared there. Thought I wouldn't be able to find it. Okay, so we got it now. And we're just going to... Ooh. Come along here. And match the railway track. Looking good. Oh no, these guys don't like it though. But we'll have to come around the graveyard that we've got here. Oh, where are we going to bring it though? Now eventually we want to take it up here, beyond this lake, and then around to these nicer areas, and maybe loop around back over here. This is getting super expensive though, so we're going to have to take out a loan soon. Oh yeah, not enough cash. $46 in the bank. It's time to take a loan. Now this is the first time I've taken a loan this game. This could be bad. Definitely going to want probably about 66 grand to keep us going. So onwards with the motorway. Bam. And now that's got enough gap in between it to fit the railway. Now it's time to put down, what I want to do is I want to put down a flashy intersection. And in the roads section, we've unlocked, or rather downloaded with our assets, a whole bunch of really freaking cool junctions. Now check this one out. Oh my god, it's 47 grand, but that's crazy. We want something a little bit simpler. Like this? What the hell? That's crazy. What about this one? Will that work? Kinda, I guess. It's got off and on ramps. Maybe, but not enough room for the train. So we're going to have to go manual here. And bring the road around. Oh man, it's still very expensive to do this, but ultimately in the long run, totally worth it. Okay, we've still got 36 grand to spend on roads to hook up our new residential area. So let's get the roads attached to the highway first. We're going to need some off-ramps. Now, how have they done it over here? This is the junction that comes into our city. And, oh, good lord, it's crazy. So it looks like people have a way off over here. And they have a way on over here. And they've used pillars to raise one section of the road above the other. Alright, so what we have is a pretty cool mod called the Move It mod. When you press M, you can select absolutely anything you want, and you can raise or lower it to your heart's content. So we can drag a square, or we can select a lot of stuff. And what we want to grab is everything along this road. And now with this selected, we can just tap the up key to move it a little bit further away. Then we can use page up and page down to slowly move the road up to where we want it. Kablamo. And now that's raised up, we can build some ramps to come off and onto it. Pretty sweet. And it works with a whole bunch of stuff. Like if I show you over here, like some of these areas, like in the corner here, not too great. But we can grab the corner here, and if we want to, just move this around until we get the most efficient placement of our Rico blocks. That looks pretty good to me. We can also grab all of these bits and move this road closer to the hillside, which actually cuts off a lot of the Rico, but again, we can just move it around until we get it looking very pretty. You can even add in a curvature after the fact, just like that. And that looks a lot neater, as you can see. And what that really helps with is roads like this. Roads that would honestly be impossible to drive on. Take a look at some of these roads. Honestly, it's like, how are you gonna get up that? That's insane. What's the deal? Well, what we can do, again, we can use a special tool called Move It to move it. Oh god, now you run the risk of making it worse, honestly. But maybe you don't, who knows? Bring this down a bit. No, you can't actually bring this down. This is locked into position. Oh god. Yeah, so you can actually make it completely worse. Whoa! But if you can't move one section down, you can move sections around it up. And make everything just look a lot neater. There we go. That's already looking a little bit better. We still have a sideways janky road. How is someone supposed to get up there? It's insane. It's alright. We got it though. We got this in the bag. So this looks like it might be a little better, but oh my god. We built an on-ramp from pure terrain. One thing it lets you do though is actually manipulate terrain without spending any money, which is pretty useful. Sometimes it won't let you move things because they're locked in, but it's super useful for getting really janky really janky roads like this walkway. Now this will work, and people can walk up it, but oh my god, who would want to? That's gonna be a neck breaker right there. It's like a death slide, more than a path. But now that's a little bit better. Still very steep. So let's see if we can bring this down slightly. I hope so. Yeah, we can. Oh yeah, much better. That is so much better. Okay, so it's time to head over to this corner here, and we're going to build a pretty swanky... Oh, now, building roads like this is pretty daunting. It can be a nightmare. Getting your roads perfecto is pretty tough. But we want 2-lane one-way. That's 6-lane one-way, whoops. There we go, this should be enough. Bam. And the bottom lane. Oh, this is going to snap. There we go. Comes down like this. Much better. And there we go. Now we're going to want to combine these. So hit M. And if we keep hitting right, they don't actually link up. It's a bit of a pain. But we can make them link up here. Somewhat ugly, but that's okay. So the off-ramp comes to the left, and the on-ramp, oh my god, this is horrific. We're going to have to fix this, but we can do that, no problem. And the on-ramp is going to be on the right-hand side of it. And now, just like we have done over here, we're going to make another one of these really janky looking roundabouts. There are some really nice roundabouts that you can actually put down prefabricated, like this one, a large roundabout or a small roundabout. Why not? We could do that. We could literally just plonk it here. Oh yeah, that really does work actually. Check this out. Bam. And now we can just hook this road up to the roundabout. Now you just move it, and let's just make these roads just a little bit nicer. A little bit neater. There we go. And oh my god, let's fix this spaghetti of a junction down here as well. Okay, that's got everything a bit tighter. That's looking great. Oh yeah, that's looking super great. This is it. And this is the gateway to our second bay. Now let's see if we can purchase another square. Not yet. We need to reach another milestone. Which means we're not too flush on space for the moment, but we can definitely build as if we're going to get that space soon. Now this is all going to be beachfront property. And we're going to come down here with it as well. But also we're going to have a lot of property over here. This whole area is going to be a nice little residential hotspot. A place for us to grow a much bigger interest along the coast. Alright, well thanks for watching City Skylines. I've been Shin, and I hope you've enjoyed the city of Chaipan. We'll be getting back soon and improving the infrastructure a little bit more. Until next time, take care.